From the home of the 12s, they raised the banner just a moment ago. We are set for football at Lumen Field here a mile south of downtown Seattle. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And, partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go here on Sunday Night Primetime. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
First run now for Kyron Williams.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
They run it again with Williams. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now 2nd and 9.
Now Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. In motion, the tight end. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
Still 3rd down.
Delay of game penalty. Ships him back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10. Now Stafford.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing is Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
It's 2nd and 8.
This is 2nd and 8.
In motion goes the tight end. Stafford now to throw. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Throwing again is Stafford.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
2nd and 6 at the Seahawks 17-yard line.
2nd down and 6 now.
Here's Stafford. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Looking to put a drive together.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
And the Seahawks first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back to Walker on first down.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
A play fake, and it's Darnold.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
4th down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
And that's complete to Adams. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth.
Well, certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
Ethan Evans on now to punt.
For the Rams.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They can't ask for much more than this. They've got it first and goal from the 5. Five yards from the end zone, first and goal. Here's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Darnold now to throw. And he's got it. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's third and goal.
A gain of 5 yards brings up third and goal.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At about the 32. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
At the 43-yard line.
Now it's Stafford.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now a play fake it at Stafford.
That's caught. Puka Nacua.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Back to throw, Stafford.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And there, even if you've got to take something off that throw so that he slows down to catch it, that's far more preferable than what happened there. A big miss on what should have been a touchdown.
2nd and 10.
Stafford. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Well, that's one way you take away a first down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play when the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, forced the incompletion.
For the field goal, a 50-yard attempt.
Looked like an issue there on the snap, and everything has to be right from this distance. But that one, no good.
And this will stay at a 7-point game.
That was an ugly-looking kick, and the snap, largely to blame. These special teams operations are relying on everyone being on the same page, so even the slightest hiccup can lead to some missed kicks, and that's exactly what we saw here.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's a gain of 8.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
2nd and a couple.
Darnold running the option to the right side. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
3rd and 2.
Now it's Darnold. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Now here's Michael Dixon, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
L.A. set to take over again on offense.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
23 yards. And the Rams first down.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a first down to open the drive.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Well, they'll send Adams in motion left.
And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
So that flag will set him back 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
Stafford's pass complete to Puka Nakua. It's a gain of 5. 3rd and 10.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. To throw is Stafford.
And it is caught. He's got a first and maybe more.
And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 42 yards.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Davis on for the field goal. A 33-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Defense.
And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Here's Stafford. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A gain of 7 that time, 2nd goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Williams is into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A.
Touchdown.
So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Now the try here for the point after.
Extra point.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
At 7.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield. Still going past the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Seahawks. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Now Myers for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So he took that one at the 6, returned it all the way to the end zone. An electric return it was, 94 yards to the house. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. LA readies for its next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
There's a nice move, and he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
On the counter, here's Williams. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Adams the man in motion right. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Still second down.
Operating from the gun, Stafford.
He's got room at the 30. Now he's loose down the middle of the field.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Davante Adams, 53 yards.
And the Rams are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards.
And Devontae Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
The last series form, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Darnold from the gun. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
On the toss to Charbonnet.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
10 at the 41-yard line.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Darnold.
Smith and Jigba with the grab.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
To Jackson Smith and Jigba. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 2. Straight ahead, Walker.
And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Here's Darnold.
Smith and Jigba hauling it in on the out route.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
To throw is Darnold.
Gets this complete to Shaheed. And the Seahawks are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
12 more yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Darnold. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Darnold. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Cooper Kupp, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 21-14.
Rams 14.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Up the middle, it's Williams. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
3rd down and 10.
Throwing is Stafford.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's taken to the 26. 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
34-yard
Sam
line.
Darnold going to lead his offense back out. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Inches at the 43-yard line.
The tight end in motion right. Darnold now to throw. Across the middle, and this pass complete to Cooper Kupp. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw, Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. And with just 4 seconds left in this 1st half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Myers' kick is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal. Not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The final shot before the break, Stafford. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this 1st half of play.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Darnold to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
Seahawks first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Walker now on 1st and 10. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Seahawks first down.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Rams' 20-yard line.
From the 20, here's a 2nd and 4. Now to the ground, here's Walker. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 2 there, second down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Now it's Darnold. Touchdown!
Cooper Kupp with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Seahawks 31.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A great play by Derek Hall to drop him behind the line of scrimmage.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Now Stafford. And that's incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Stafford.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
50-yard line.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the 50, Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Rams.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Stafford now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now fourth down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Looked like an issue there on the snap, and everything has to be right from this distance. But that one, no good.
And the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
You know that they were thinking second-half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
61 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Again, it's Walker.
Walker showing the power. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Second and 7. From the gun, it's Walker.
And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
He completes it right side to White. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Cody White, an 11-yard touchdown. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone.
And
after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Rams ready to go on offense. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Pass thrown to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Rams first
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Just beating the play clock. Stafford.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Stafford.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 3.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Now it's Stafford. And incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is Stafford. That is caught. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Los Angeles.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Four yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Now Stafford. That's complete right around the 8. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd and 1 now.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes he...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Kyron Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Stafford and that Rams offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2.
The Rams will line up for the...
They'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Back to throw, Darnold. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Darnold.
Smith and Jigbo hauling it in on the out route. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now a run with Walker. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Taken down
Defensively, Poona Ford with a tackle there.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 38-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Darnold now to throw.
And, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 23. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line.
To the air again, Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Now Darnold keeps it.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and 10.
How about that there?
11-yard line.
No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
After the run, now Darnold to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And he returns this to the 22. The Rams offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now Stafford. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
The busy night continues for Williams.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
43 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
On the Seahawks 38-yard line.
action. Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. So the completion good for just 3. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing is Stafford. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Stafford. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Puka Nacua from a yard out. And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. The 4th quarter touchdown there, back to a 2-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right in these final 2 minutes plus for them. I think they have to be thinking onside kick here, and we know how difficult those are to recover.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points,
but
and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and a couple. Here's Darnold. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
It's a loss of 2.
And a timeout taken. Just
4.
6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Here's Walker.
And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down
and now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
At the Rams' 10-yard line.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
They'll try and run Walker.
And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
For the Seahawks field goal. A 20-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Jason Myers.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now the Rams offense getting the football back.
They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. From the gun, here's Stafford. Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
One last throw here for Stafford.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.